Jai Guruji. Anantam Shukrana Guruji for this beautiful, blissful divine satsang, and Shukrana Guruji for giving us this beautiful seva of reading as well as listening to the Shivpuran. Let's begin with the synopsis of last week. Last week we read chapter 1 and 2 of Umasamhita of the volume 3 of the Shivpuran. In this we read about the interaction of Krishna and Upamanyu. Formerly, Krishna, who was the son of Vasudeva, wanted to obtain a son, and for that he decided to go to the excellent summit of Kailasha to propitiate Lord Shiva. There he saw Upamanyu sage Upamanyu performing penance, so he bowed down in front of the sage and requested the sage to explain about the greatness of Lord Shiva so that he can propitiate Shiva with devotion, because he did not know much about Shiva. So Upamanyu, who had the vision of Shiva because he had performed the penance of Shiva, told Krishna that he had seen Shiva, his splendor, and he described the splendor of Shiva. He told Krishna that he saw all the gods bowing down and eulogizing Lord Shiva. He saw the weapons of Lord Shiva, which included the trident, the pinaka, the vijaya, the sudarshana. He saw Nandin holding the trident of Lord Shiva in front of Shiva, and all about the splendor of Lord Shiva. This increased Krishna's faith. Upamanyu also told Krishna that when he saw that, he was so full of emotion that with tears of joy he continued to worship Shiva, and Shiva was delighted with his devotion. Now Shiva asked him to request for a boon, and Upamanyu requested for never-ending and unswerving devotion towards Lord Shiva, and he also asked that whenever he and his family desired, they could have a milk pudding, and that Shiva's presence should always be there in his hermitage. So Shiva granted all those boons. He also granted Upamanyu a boon that he would be worshipped by other sages, and that whenever he desired to have milk or milk pudding, the milk oceans would overflow there. And he continued to describe the greatness of Shiva, and also advised Krishna that he should also perform penance so that with devotion, so that he can obtain a son. Now all this conversation in the second chapter made Krishna feel that connect with the Lord, and he requested Upamanyu to narrate about other individuals, other people who had attained their desires propitiating Lord Shiva. So Upamanyu gave at length examples of gods, demons, humans, sages, and all kind of beings being blessed by Shiva. And at the end of it, it concluded that Shiva confers all auspicious blessings to his worshippers or his meritorious worshippers. Today we will read chapter 3, which is the greatness of Shiva. Sunita Aunty will be reading this chapter in English, and we also have Hindi reading today. We have chapter 1, 2 and 3 combined in a concise chapter in Hindi, and Anjana Aunty will be reading this chapter in Hindi for you. Enjoy the readings. Jai Guruji, Shukrana. Jai Guruji, Shukrana to Guru Maharaj for granting me this opportunity. Apologies in advance for any errors and omissions. Chapter 3, The Greatness of Shiva. Sanat Kumara said, on hearing his words, Krishna was much surprised. He spoke to the sage Upamanyu of quiet mind. Krishna said, O great Brahmin, you are blessed. Who can adequately eulogize you and be contented? In your hermitage, the Lord of the gods himself is ever present. O leading sage, will the Lord Shiva grant me his vision? Will he do me this favor? Upamanyu said, O Purushottama, there is no doubt that ere long you will see Lord Shiva, thanks to his own grace. In the 16th month, you will get good boons from Lord Shiva and his wife. O Krishna, why should not the Lord grant you the boons? O Vishnu, thanks to your good qualities, you deserve worship of the gods. You are always praiseworthy. I shall explain a mantra if you have faith enough. By virtue of that mantra, you will see Shiva.
You will acquire a son, equal in strength to you by the favor of the Lord. O Krishna, perform the japa of this most efficacious mantra, viz. Om Namah Shivaya. It yields all desires, it is divine, it bestows worldly pleasures and salvation. Sanat Kumara said, O sage, even as he was narrating these stories about Lord Shiva, 8 days passed by as it were a single Mahurta. When the 9th day dawned, he was initiated. He was instructed in Shiva's mantra, the great one mentioned in the Atharvaveda. Immediately he grew matted hair and then clean shaven. With great purity of mind, he began to perform penance, standing on the big toes of the feet and lifting up the hands. When the 16th month arrived, Lord Shiva was satisfied. Accompanied by Parvati, Shiva granted his vision to Krishna. Lord Krishna saw Shiva thus. He was accompanied by Parvati. The moon-crested Lord had 3 eyes. He was being eulogized by Brahma and others and worshipped by crores of siddhas. He was wearing divine garlands and cloths. He was being bowed to by gods and asuras, humbled by devotion. He was bedecked in different ornaments. He was lustrous. The unborn and imperishable God was full of wondrous things. He was accompanied by various ganas and his 2 sons. On seeing him, Lord Krishna was much surprised. His eyes beamed with wonder. Delightedly and jubilantly he bowed to him. He worshipped him with different hymns. With drooping shoulders, he eulogized the Lord of gods with 1,000 names. Thus the gods, Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, and the great serpents showered flowers and congratulated him delightfully. Glancing at Parvati's face, the delighted Lord Rudra, favorably disposed towards his devotees, spoke to Keshava even as his splendor spread all around. Lord Shiva said, O Krishna, I know you are my staunch devotee, steady in my rites. Choose holy boons from me, even if they be inaccessible to the people of the 3 worlds. Sanat Kumara said, on hearing his words, Krishna spoke to Shiva, the Lord of all, respectfully, with palms joined in reverence, after bowing to him again and again. Krishna said, O Lord Shiva, Lord of the gods, I solicit 8 excellent boons from you. O Maheshwara, you have already thought of them. Let my mind be always in your cult. Let my fame be steady. Let me have nearness to you. Let my devotion to you be always unflinching. Let my senior sons have 10 sons each. Let all my enemies who are arrogant by their might be killed in battle. O Lord, nowhere shall I suffer dishonor from enemies. I shall be the beloved of all yogins. O Lord of gods, grant me these 8 good boons. Obeisance be to you. You alone are the Lord of all and especially my master. Sanat Kumara said, on hearing his words, Lord Shiva said to him, let your desire be fulfilled. After saying this, the trident-bearing Lord said again, the terrible son Samvartaka at the time of dissolution cursed by the sages will be born as your mighty and virile son Samba. The curse was you will be born as a man. He will become your son. Whatever you have sought, you will obtain. Sanat Kumara said, after getting the boons from Lord Shiva, Lord Krishna delighted him with hymns. The delighted Parvati, favorably disposed to her devotees, spoke to Lord Krishna, the noble soul, the devotee of Shiva, and who had performed the penance of Lord Shiva. Parvati said, O Krishna of great intellect, O sinless son of Vasudeva, I am delighted with you. Take from me too some boons that are rare in the world. Sanat Kumara said, on hearing the words of Parvati, the leading descendant of Yadu, very much delighted in his heart, spoke with great devotion in his mind. Lord Krishna said, O goddess, if you are satisfied, if you are going to grant me boons due to my penance, truly let not my heart be inimical to Brahmins. Let it be full of goodwill. I shall always worship the Brahmins. My parents shall remain pleased with me. Wherever I go, let me be agreeable to all living beings. As a result of seeing you, let there be the birth of deserving progeny in my family. I shall propitiate Indra and other gods with 100 sacrifices and honor thousands of ascetics and guests always. Let me feed everyone at my house with dishes sanctified by faith. Let there be pleasure and excellent satisfaction amongst kinsmen. O goddess, consort of Shiva, I shall be the beloved lover of thousands of wives. Let my love appeal to them and remain unfading and unfailing. Let their parents be the speakers of truth in the world. O Parvati, thanks to your grace, let these and other excellent boons take effect. Sanat Kumara said, on hearing his words, the eternal goddess, the bestower of all desires, spoke to him in surprise. Hail to you, let it be so. After granting Krishna these boons and blessing him mercifully, Parvati and Shiva vanished there itself. O great sage, Krishna felt as if he has achieved his purpose. Immediately, he went to the excellent hermitage of the sage Upamanyu. Bowing his head to the sage, Krishna, the slayer of Keshin, narrated all the details to Upamanyu. He said, O Janardhana, except Lord Shiva, who else can there be the Lord of great gifts or very unbearable if infuriated? O Krishna of great fame, listen to the lordly glory of Shiva about his perfect knowledge, austerity, heroism, and fortitude during dangers. On hearing that, Krishna became endowed with faith and devotion to Shiva. He asked him about Shiva's glory. The great sage narrated thus. Upamanyu said, formerly in the region of Brahma, Lord Shiva was eulogized with his 1,000 names by the noble-souled Brahma bearing the staff. The Shankyas read that song of prayer as if it were a big lexicon. That hymn bestows all desires on men though inscrutable to them. O Krishna, return home happily, remembering Shiva constantly. O dear, you will always be the foremost amongst Shiva's devotees. Thus, permitted by him, Keshava, the son of Vasudeva, made obeisance to the sage and returned to Dwarka, mentally remembering Shiva. Sanat Kumara said, O great sage, Krishna became contented and invincible after propitiating Shiva, the benefactor of the worlds. Similarly, O great sage, Rama, the son of Dashratha, devoutly propitiated Shiva and became contented and victorious everywhere. O sage, after performing a great penance on the mountain, Rama secured from Shiva a bow and an arrow and the excellent knowledge. He built the bridge on the ocean, killed Ravana with his followers, regained Sita, returned home, and enjoyed the whole earth. Similarly, Parshurama, who was distressed on seeing his father killed by the Kshatriyas, propitiated Lord Shiva by his penance. From the delighted Lord Shiva, he secured a sharp-edged axe. With that, he exterminated the Kshatriyas 21 times. Even today, Siddhas and Charanas see the storehouse of penance, deathless and invincible, engaged in worshipping the phallic image. Rama stays on the mountain Mahendra and performs penance. At the end of the Kalpa, he will attain the region of the sage. The ascetic Devala, younger brother of Asita, harassed the universe formerly by clutching it at its root. He was then cursed by the Lord, destroyer of cities. He performed penance by propitiating the phallic image that bestows all desires and removes the past evil. Gritsamada, son of Chakshush Shamanu, became a deer in the desert in the Dandaka forest by the curse of Vashishta. Alone he roamed about, devoutly remembering in his heart Shiva with the pranava Om. After his death, he became a deer-faced Gana. Thus, passing through the curse, he was made free from death and old age by Shiva and lovingly appointed as a permanent follower of Ganesha. To Gargya, Shiva granted salvation rare in the world, the ability to go as he pleased in holy centers, the knowledge of all time coupled with prosperity and permanent mastery of the words of the four Vedas. Shiva granted him 1,000 peerless sons too. The satisfied Lord Shiva granted to Parashara, a powerful yogin, as the son who was free from old age and death and was known as Vedvyas. Mandavya, who had been fixed to a stake for 1,000,000 years, was released by Shiva and blessed with longevity. Formerly, there was a poor Brahmin householder. He had kept his son Galava in the house of his preceptor. Whenever any mendicant visited his house, this Brahmin hid himself. He used to tell his wife, "No doubt I am a householder, but what can I offer to a guest? If any poor man comes, you shall tell him, my husband is not there." It happened once that a guest oppressed by thirst and hunger visited the house. He asked the lady, "Where's your husband? Where is he gone?" She replied, "My husband is not here." Knowing the truth by his divine vision, the sage said, "He is hidden inside the house." The Brahmin died in his hiding place. When permitted by his preceptor, Vishwamitra, the son of Brahmin, Galava returned home and heard from his mother the terrible calamity that had overtaken them. He propitiated Lord Shiva and performed Shiva's worship. When he went out of his house remembering Shiva in his heart, he saw his father alive again, who on seeing the son standing with palms joined in reverence said, "Thanks to the favor of Lord Shiva, I am blessed and satisfied. I have been resuscitated to life again and also blessed with wealth." Thus, everything has been narrated to you. I am really not competent to express the qualities of Shiva in brief or in detail. Even Shesha's tongues may not be competent for the task. That concludes the English reading. Anjana Aunty will now read in Hindi. Jai Guruji.
Jai Guruji, Shukrana Guruji for giving me this great opportunity. उमासंहिता। भगवान श्री कृष्ण के तप से संतुष्ट हुए शिव और पार्वती का उन्हें अविष्ट वर देना तथा शिव की महिमा। योद्धते भुवनानि सप्त गुणवाण रत्रष्ट रज संश्रय संहर्ता तमसान्वितो गुणवती मायामतीत्यस्थित सत्यानंद मनंत बोध ममंगलं ब्रह्मादिशंगास्पदं नित्यं सत्व समान्म यादधीगतं पूर्णं शिवं धीमहि। जो रजगुण का आश्रय ले संसार की सृष्टि करते हैं, सत्व गुण से संपन्न हो सातों भुवनों का धारण पोषण करते हैं, तमगुण से युक्त हो सबका संहार करते हैं तथा त्रिगुणामयी माया को लांघकर अपने शुद्ध स्वरूप में स्थित रहते हैं, उन सत्यानंद स्वरूप अनंत बोधमय निर्मल एवं पूर्ण ब्रह्म शिव को हम ध्यान करते हैं। वे ही सृष्टि काल में ब्रह्मा, पालन के समय विष्णु और संसार काल में रुद्र नाम धारण करते हैं तथा सदैव सात्विक भाव को अपनाने से ही प्राप्त होते हैं। ऋषि बोले, महाज्ञानी वैशिष्य सूत जी, आपको नमस्कार है। आपने कोटि रुद्र नामक चौथी संहिता हमें सुना दी। अब उमा संहिता के अंतर्गत नाना प्रकार के उपारण्यों से युक्त जो परमात्मा सांब सदाशिव का चरित्र है उसका वर्णन कीजिए। सूत जी ने कहा, सनक आदि महर्षियों, भगवान शंकर का मंगलमय चरित्र परम दिव्य एवं भोग और मोक्ष का देने वाले हैं। तुम लोग प्रेम से इसका श्रवण करो। पूर्व काल में मुनिवर व्यास ने सनत कुमार के सामने ऐसे ही पवित्र प्रश्न को उपस्थित किया था और इसके उत्तर में उन्होंने भगवान शिव के उत्तम चरित्र का गान किया था। उस समय पुत्र की प्राप्ति के निमित्त श्री कृष्ण के हिमवान पर्वत पर जाकर महर्षि उपमन्यु से मिलने, उनकी बताई हुई पद्धति के अनुसार भगवान शिव की प्रसन्नता को लिए तप करने, उनके तप से प्रसन्न होकर पार्वती, कार्तिकेय तथा गणेश सहित शिव के प्रकट होने तथा श्री कृष्ण के द्वारा उनकी स्तुति पूर्वक वरदान मांगने की कथा सुनाकर सनत कुमार जी ने कहा। श्री कृष्ण का वचन सुनकर भगवान भव उनसे बोले, वासुदेव, तुमने जो कुछ मनोरथ किया है वो सब पूर्ण होगा। इतना कहकर त्रिशूलधारी भगवान शिव फिर बोले, यादवेंद्र, तुम्हें सांब नाम से प्रसिद्ध एक महापराक्रमी बलवान पुत्र प्राप्त होगा। एक समय मुनियों ने भयानक सर्वतक प्रलयंकारक सूर्य की शाप दिया था कि तुम मनुष्य योनि में उत्पन्न होगे, अतः वे सर्वंतक सूर्य ही तुम्हारा पुत्र होंगे। इसके सिवा जो जो वस्तु तुम्हें अभिष्ट है वो सब तुम प्राप्त करो। सनत कुमार जी कहते हैं, इस प्रकार परमेश्वर शिव ने संपूर्ण वरों का प्राप्त करके श्री कृष्ण ने विविध प्रकार की बहुत सी स्तुतियों द्वारा उन्हें पूर्णतया संतुष्ट किया। तदनंतर भक्तवत्सला गिरिजा कुमार जी शिवानी प्रसन्न हो उन तपस्वी शिव भक्त महात्मा वासुदेव से कहा। पार्वती बोली, परम बुद्धिमान वासुदेव नंदन श्री कृष्ण, मैं तुमसे बहुत संतुष्ट हूँ। अनद, तुम मुझसे भी उन मनोवांछित वरों को ग्रहण करो जो भूतल पर दुर्लभ है। श्री कृष्ण ने कहा, देवी, यदि आप मेरे इस सत्य तप से संतुष्ट हैं और मुझे वर दे ही रहे हैं, तो मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि ब्राह्मणों को प्रति कभी मेरे मन में द्वेष ना हो। मैं सदा द्विजों का पूजन करता रहूं। मेरे माता पिता सदा मुझसे संतुष्ट रहें। मैं जहाँ कहीं भी जाऊँ समस्त प्राणियों के प्रति मेरे हृदय में अनुकूल भाव रहे। आपके दर्शन के प्रभाव से मेरी संतति उत्तम हो। मैं सैकड़ों योग करके इंद्र आदि देवताओं को तृप्त करूं। सहस्र साधु सन्यासियों को और अतिथियों को सदा अपने घर पर श्रद्धा से पवित्र अन्न का भोजन कराऊं। भाई बंधुओं के साथ नित्य मेरा प्रेम बना रहे तथा मैं सदा संतुष्ट रहूं। सनत कुमार जी कहते हैं, श्री कृष्ण का वो वचन सुनकर संपूर्ण अभिष्टों को देने वाली सनातनी देवी पार्वती विस्मित हो उनसे बोली, वासुदेव, ऐसा ही होगा, तुम्हारा कल्याण हो। इस प्रकार श्री कृष्ण पर उत्तम कृपा करके उन्हें उन वरों को देकर पार्वती देवी तथा परमेश्वर शिव दोनों वहीं अंतर्धान हो गए। तदनंतर केशीय हंता श्री कृष्ण ने मुनिवर उपमन्यु को प्रणाम करके उनसे वर प्राप्ति का सारा समाचार बताया। तब उन मुनि ने कहा, जनार्दन, संसार में भगवान शिव के सिवा दूसरा कौन महादानी ईश्वर है तथा क्रोध के समय दूसरा कौन अत्यंत दुस्साह हो उठता है। महायशस्वी गोविंद दान, तप, शौर्य तथा स्थिरता में शिव के बढ़कर कौन है। अतः तुम शंभु के दिव्य ऐश्वर्य का सदा श्रवण करते रहो। तदनंतर उपमन्यु के द्वारा शिव की महिमा सुनने के बाद उन मुनीश्वरों को नमस्कार करके वासुदेव वंदन केशव मन ही मन शंभु का स्मरण करते हुए द्वारकापुरी के चले गए। अध्याय 1 से 3 समाप्त। शुक्राना गुरुजी, भूल चूक माफ़ करना प्रभु। थैंक यू।
अब हम गुरु महाराज से आज्ञा लेंगे। नेक्स्ट सत्संग इज एट 7 PM ऑन थर्सडे। हो सके तो प्लीज़ टाइम से आइएगा। बहुत बहुत शुक्राना।